Oh, hi guys, Dave here, and yes, you have the opportunity to be just like this happy couple, enjoying the benefits of an inverter compressor in your mini split. You're more comfortable and you're saving energy at the same time. And many or most of you have probably heard about inverter compressors. Today, we're going to delve into how and why they actually work. So this is the power versus time cycle. The line in red here is for the standard fixed speed compressor. Every time it turns on, it only has one speed, and so as it's trying to ramp up to that speed, it jolts on, and the amount of power needed is actually 2.5 times more than what's shown here, so it's actually off the chart. We couldn't depict that very easily and tell the rest of the story. But once it settles down, it's at a fixed speed, and it keeps running at that fixed speed until it's past your set point temperature, and then it turns off. And when it turns off, it sits around until it gets warm again in the space, in air conditioning mode anyway. It's warm in the space, you're starting to feel a little uncomfortable maybe. Then it jolts back on, the cycle repeats itself, and on it goes all day long. The inverter compressor, meanwhile, runs very differently. It's super efficient. It doesn't have any of that jolt, inrush, surge current. It starts slowly like a turtle. This particular one here we're showing it has the capability to run a little bit over its rated value, BTU value, right when it starts. But then once it gets to your set point, it shadows your set point, and the theory is it always stays very close to your set point. So maybe the door is open and there's a little bit of heat added to your space. No problem. The refrigerant flow of the inside unit, there'll be a little bit more cooling coming to the space because of the variable speed nature of this inverter compressor. And so taking a step back here, this graph shows power, but underneath these graphs, underneath the red and underneath the green, that shows energy. And utilities bill in energy, they bill in kilowatt hours. And so why are the inverter compressors important for saving you money? Well, in the last few months, last year, the cost of power has gone up 13.5% nationally, and this trend probably is going to continue, and this trend's not your friend. So an inverter compressor is a way for you to protect yourself from your local utility rate increases. And the frosting on the cake, for some of you, maybe this is the main benefit you'd see in an inverter compressor, is that the temperature on the standard compressor in the room, it goes from super cold to super warm. So as we looked at this tip right here, that's when the unit turns off. That's at the coldest point, where even polar bears are getting cold here, but it just doesn't do anything until it gets up to 78 or whatever your dead band is in your space, and then you're feeling warm. So it just keeps on going where you're feeling too warm and too cold. The inverter compressor, meanwhile, it shadows your target temperature, and it should always stay very close to what your temperature is. And so you're not only saving energy with this process for not having to go up and down, but it actually makes your space more comfortable. And here these are together, so you can kind of see again at the front of the chair, that's the coldest temperature point of your standard compressor. It floats back up, full speed again, and that's not super energy efficient. The inverter compressor stays very close to your set point once it ramps up to the speed that needs to be for your space. And so we're actually in the solar powered air conditioning business. Before, air conditioning wasn't easy, or darn right almost impossible to do with these standard compressors, because in the daytime you'd need 4 to 6 times more solar panels, and at nighttime you'd need 4 to 6 times more batteries, and that wasn't very viable. But now, with the cost of these inverter compressors coming down, super viable. If you have any interest in solar powered air conditioning, we encourage you to check out the AirSpool website at airspool.com. Appropriately enough, our YouTube channel is called AirSpool. Subscribe to that one if you have any interest there as well. If you got anything from this video, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate your time very much. Thank you.